say, it's lovely to be back at the secret garden. All the trips I had last year, this was one of my favourites, so it is lovely to be here. It's springtime and well, chilly nights, warm days at the moment, that's the way it is, so I don't know quite how it's going to fish. I haven't got a full week because it's show season, so I had to do a show leading up to this, so we missed a couple of days. But well, we're here and the sun's shining at the moment, and not seen or heard anything yet, but they're out there somewhere, so you know, hopefully over the next few days gonna have a few secret garden carp. But like I say, it's lovely to be back. Yes, lovely. Oh, morning surprise. Well, there we go. There's a nice one to get off the mark with. Not a monster, £29, but well pleased with that. And well, we started off up the deep end here, up near the dam end, because I thought that's where they would all be, but as usual, got that wrong. So, and they tend, you know, I found them yesterday evening. Really, I saw some signs down the shallower end as I was walking around. I see a few patches of bubbles come up, and thought I disturbed the fish in the margin, so I put a couple of rods down towards the shallows, and sure enough, that's where they were. And this one picked up a bit of maize. I've tried boilies and all sorts of different things, but this one was on a bit of maize, and you know, that's quite often a good early season bait, so it was worth a go, and sure enough, it's worked. But there we go, a lovely fish. Well pleased with that. Nice to get one. Well, another cracking secret garden mirror, and well pleased to see this. Shame we never got the battle on film, as it was in the early hours. And you know, quite surprised that it's another one from up in the shallows. And you know, I was expecting them to be in the deep water, but the mornings are absolutely freezing cold, really thick frosts, icy and everything. You know, when the sun comes out, it's lovely and warm, but you know, early hours and in the morning, it's really freezing cold. But sure enough, another one that was up in the shallows. You know, just 3.5 foot at this one from. So you know, you just never know. But well, looks like I found where they are at the moment anyway. But yeah, lovely mirror, just over £30. So they're a good stamp of fish. Lovely fish these are. Lovely dark mirror, typical of the secret garden fish that I've had before, and well, just well pleased to see them. Things are happening anyway. Springtime, you never know what's going to happen in the spring. It's like flicking a switch sometimes. They can go from really sort of lethargic and just laying up to feeding really well. So it's not exactly fish its head off, but things are happening. So you know, it's like the switch has been flicked, if you like, and they've started feeding. So you know, lovely dark looking mirror, and well pleased to see it. A few more like this wouldn't go amiss for sure. Maybe a bigger one or two, but oh no, lovely to be getting action. Well, most of the action really comes during the night and early morning, so the afternoons are the quiet times, if you like. So that's when I do all the bits and pieces that need to be done, like rig tying and that. And Well, it's lovely this afternoon. It's lovely sitting here in the sun, so it's a nice time to get all these little bits and pieces sorted. Rigs are pretty basic stuff for here. I never do use anything that technical really. So all it is 35-pound combi link, coated combi link silt, and it's good gear. It's nice and strong, and I'll leave the coating on. That's one of the things I always do now. Leave the coating on, except for the hair. You know, I just strip it on the hair. But it's a very basic rig, like I say, strong and effective. You know, my rigs are, the way I put a rig together is, will it land a fish, not will it get me a bite. So, you know, and this is doing a perfect job at the moment, 100% record. Hooks, well, they might sound quite big. They're size 2 Fang Unis, but the Fang Unis are actually a fairly smallish pattern compared with some hooks. But what I like about the size 2s is when they get the size 2s, the gauge of the wire increases, so they're quite a thickish gauge wire hook, but not overly big, but just nice, and they're doing the job perfectly. I really like them. And it's a very, very basic sort of KD rig really. A few turns, knot this knot style on the shank, then poke the hair out, do another 4 or 5 turns down the shank, and back through the eye, and literally that's it. You know, it's about a 30-second rig to tie, and a couple of coconut creams on the hair. I'm using different things. I'm using maize as well on one rod, and that's okay. You know, I mean, early spring on the lakes, you know, sometimes different baits work. Tiger nuts could work, maize is normally a good one, but the coconut creams, you know, are good in the spring. You know, certainly cold water conditions, and they work very well. But there we go, it's very basic, but well, strong, reliable, and puts fish on the bank. That's all I want it to do, and it does that, so fair enough. Well, things are getting a bit more consistent now. We certainly found out where the fish are hiding, and it's amazing this time of year how they like to be grouped up together. And had another 2 fish this morning, one in the early hours and one about 8 o'clock, and this was the better of the 2, 32 1/4, and it gave me a right old run around. You know, I mean, in the darkness it's impossible to get the battles on film, unfortunately, but you know, of course you can see the fish. And this one gave me a proper old scrap, it really did. It was up and down the lake all over the place. And it's got massive, great big paddles, so it's no surprise that it gave me the scrap it did. But it's funny, you know, you have all sorts of thoughts and plans in your head when you come out to places like the Secret Garden, and you know, I really thought, you know, I mean, it's chilly here, it's cold, you know, the water bucket actually had ice on it this morning when we got up, so that sort of shows how cold it is. You know, it's nice now, but still a bit chilly. But I really thought the fish would be in the deeper water up around the dam end, and they're not at all. They're up in the shallows. You know, they're all coming from about 3 foot of water, the fish. But that's where they want to be, so that's where I'm putting the baits. And you know, things are happening. That's the main thing. And well, this was the first of the 2, like I say, 32 1/4. So it's nice action. It's good action. Where's the other one in the morning brace? £28. Absolutely cracking mirror, this one. Lovely scales, both sides. Looking at it here, big apple slice scales. And great big rubber lips there. It's a shame it's only a short session, this one, because you know, they're coming consistently now. And I'm sure, you know, if we keep on fishing, we'd get a couple, 2 or 3 every day. and there's some nice big lumps out there somewhere. But you know, they're a good stamp of fish. Round about the smallest one really, 27, 28, and they're all lovely hard fighting fish. But really enjoying this. It's a great little session. It's a lovely place here, lovely and peaceful. Just us here, all alone in the secret garden, just us and the carp, which is perfect. Well, there we go, what a lovely fish. About £28, absolutely lovely fish. Lovely condition, about £28. An afternoon surprise. Just sitting there, Jean Noel just came for a coffee and lo and behold, off it went. So there we go, it was good timing, but lovely. We found them now, we're on them, so that's 3 in about 12 hours. Should be a few more out there hopefully. Brilliant stuff. Well, it's a surprise one. I mean, I was just getting ready to redo the rods for the evening, and as you can see, the weather's changed. It's a proper miserable day today. Rain, it's turned a lot colder. It's been about 8 degrees today, and it hasn't been very nice at all. So we were sheltering out the rain, just thinking that I'm going to have to venture out and redo the rods for the night. And one's just gone off out of the blue, and sure enough it's an absolute cracker, 34.5 pound. So it was a proper good scrap. I had to take it to the boat. I tried to grab the GoPro and couldn't find it, so It's one of them. It's one of them as always. Don't want its picture taken. But there we go. It's a lovely fish anyway. What a cracker, eh? Who knows? Might be the last fish of the trip. But it's a nice way to end. We're off in the morning anyway, so could be the last bit of action. Who knows? But yeah, if it is, what a lovely way to end. Cracking fish.